Welcome back, everybody. This is Coach Tara Woodruff, the Mind Reset Coach, coming to you today with yet another fantastic episode of the Tao of Network Marketing. If you have never visited one of my blog posts or seen one of my videos talking about the Tao of Network Marketing, I'll give you a little bit of background right now. Basically, I am reading along with Dr. Wayne Dyer and Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. And together we're all reading the Tao Te Ching, written by Lao Tzu about 2,500 years ago. It is commonly known as the Handbook for Leaders. And I figured since I'm a network marketer, I should apply this wisdom to network marketing to help you be a greater success in your business. So how awesome is that, right? We are actually on verse 32. That is of 81 total verses. So we've been moving right through this. I was hoping to finish this book this month. And you know what? It can't be rushed. It just cannot be rushed. So what I've done is actually slowed down how often I was writing about it and doing video about it to about once a week. So keep your eyes on the blog. If you're not already a subscriber to my blog, get on. There's a box down there that says subscribe to my blog. Get on my list. This way you're up to date with everything that I send out. You keep your eyes out for the next Tao of network marketing. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and just start reading. Verse 32. The eternal Tao has no name. Although simple and subtle, no one in the world can master it. If kings and lords could harness them, the 10,000 things would naturally obey. Heaven and earth would rejoice with the dripping of sweet dew. Everyone would live in harmony, not by official decree, but by their own goodness. Once this world is divided, the parts need names. There are already enough names. Know when to stop. Know when reason sets limits to avoid peril. Rivers and streams are born of the ocean, and all creation is born of the Tao. Just as all water flows back to become the ocean, all creation flows back to become the Tao. Such a beautiful verse. After we just went through some verses that were like war and weapons, and this just feels really good. And I agree with Wayne Dyer here. He says, in this verse, Lao Tzu describes the ecstasy of truly being on the same page as your source. So now, how do we apply that to network marketing? What does that mean for us in our businesses? It means that the old rule, that this rule is an old sales rule called keep it simple, the KISS method. When we keep it simple, when we focus on learning what we need to know to be better marketers, and we focus on building our businesses and our lists and creating the type of environment that we wish to see, that once we're in the flow of all of that, it becomes much more relaxing. You know, there's so many folks out there right now that struggle with this because maybe they get into a network marketing company. This is very commonplace in traditional MLMs, and I'm not knocking traditional MLMs. I can't, because you never know when I'm going to decide to partner with one. You never know when you're going to partner with one. So I don't want to bash anything. I do want to say this though. Oftentimes the systems that are in place for a traditional MLM don't really help the new person, really figure out how to do their part in creating success in their life. They may be all about the culture, all about the company, all about the product. However, if they're not making an income from promoting that company, it kind of gets a little confusing for people. See, success in network marketing is really down to a couple of real basic things, a couple of real things that people got to learn in order to achieve success with a company that they love, right? So when we just allow ourselves to kind of get in the flow of that, to understand that, you know, that particular, like, I'm going to use the word shake because everyone likes to throw that word around. That shake isn't going to necessarily be the one, it's not going to be the one exact thing that's going to give you success, right? It's how the shake is packaged. It's how the shake is marketed. It's not the shake, it's the result, right? And if you don't know how to make the bridge between the product and the result, because, you know, people go out there and they go to, you know, Home Depot to buy a drill because why? Because they want a hole. They could care less about having some clunky battery operated or even electrical operated drill around the house with all these different nibs and nits that you got to put in there and all this complicated stuff. Nobody cares about that stuff. What people care about is the hole that it's going to create, making sure that they have the tool that they need to make the hole. So if you don't understand that it's the results that you're trying to produce for people and the results you're trying to produce for yourself, it's because you don't understand what it takes to make that happen. You could pick any company. You could sell eyelashes and be a tremendous amount of success if you understand what it is that the people are looking for with the eyelashes and how it is that you should be building your list and building relationships and communicating with your marketplace. Okay, so there's nothing impossible in this business. It's really quite beautiful. However, applying some traditional business marketing skills and learning how to do those kind of things that traditional businesses do, or even big business does, applying it to your network marketing really will keep you in a zen-like state, because you won't be so worried. You won't be so, well, why isn't this working for me? Well, maybe it's a little tiny thing that you just didn't know, and now you do. So that's really powerful. Just allowing yourself to understand that it's all in the flow. Okay? Let me have a sip of my coffee. I want one. I'm going to continue reading a little bit here from the book. Look at what you desire to bring into your life, think in the context of this sweet verse. Okay? So let's change his words up. Look what you desire to bring into your business. Then, in the context of this verse, feel grateful for everything that you've encountered and everything that you will encounter. So when you're on Facebook and you get those selling questions for somebody that's trying to show you their opportunity, instead of like I normally would get really like, oh, stop it, stop it. Why not just turn it around and just be like, hey, so, and go to their page and figure it out what it is they do and be like, so how is that working out for you? How's everything going? And not even like trying to flip the script on them. Just build a relationship with somebody, because the people that you talk to today, they might join your business in the next few years. They might join in the next few weeks. You never know. So try to soften up a little bit about that and be grateful for every interaction that you have, because maybe that person isn't representing to you exactly who you believe would be qualified to be in business with you right now. That doesn't mean that they won't grow, and because of the contact with you that they won't see future for themselves. Maybe they'll learn from you and grow anyway and end up being qualified to be somebody that would do business with you, right? Maybe they'll turn out to be somebody you want to do business with. So stop being so quick to do that. And I've definitely slowed down on that. I mean, I still might get a little annoyed by it, because I feel like if anyone's looking at my profile, they already understand that selling questions aren't going to work with me. You know what I mean? Selling questions just don't work with me. I love to be sold and I love to buy, but I also want it to be done very skillfully. And it can't be just a couple of things, that do that. So instead of me allowing myself to get frustrated about it and having some resistance in my own business because of it, I just relax. Just relax. They're doing their thing. It does work. They just didn't realize it doesn't work with me. That's all. How are they supposed to know? Keep it simple. Let them move on and do their thing. Maybe there's something you can offer them to help them build their business. Maybe there's something that you've got going on that might soften their edge a little bit. Maybe you could tell them that. Say, hey, when you are messaging people, make sure that you're not messaging people with these kind of questions that aren't going to even listen to them. Make sure that you already know that you understand who you're talking to. Don't just look and see something. I had this. I have an experience. I could actually tell you this. Somebody came to me with a bunch of selling questions. Actually, they said, have you ever thought of internet marketing, and would you like me to help you get started with your own home-based business today? Something along those lines. And I was like, have you looked at my profile yet? Oh, yes, this and your fan page. How long have you been a coach? I said, you didn't look past my picture. You didn't look at any of my posts. I went to their wall before they even knew what was happening. I found out what company they're in and what they're about to pitch me. And I asked them, how is Bleep doing for you? How's everything going? the softness that happened was, I was like, wow, they completely softened up. And they're like, well, and they told me, how they were experiencing things. I'm like, okay, well, it was really great chatting with you. If you need any help, let me know. Because it's not going to work the other way. Because you didn't even look at me. It's super important to remember that. It's as if, like, if you were to walk into a networking event, and you were to, one of the most profound impacts you can have on somebody that you're speaking to at a networking event where you're face to face with people, whether it's with your company or in a meetup situation or in an industry-wide style event, if you're looking at somebody, if you're talking to somebody and you're looking at your phone or you're looking over their shoulder, or you give them the one up and down, you know that they're wearing black shorts, and you look over this way and you're talking to them and you're not even connecting to them. They know it. At the same, that people get that off the internet, they feel that you're not looking at them. And it was obvious that she hadn't, because if she had, looked through one or two or three, just not even scrolled, just looked at my profile, she would understand that I was already in an internet marketing business and I certainly didn't need her help getting into another one and getting started. I don't need multiple businesses. Yes, we may need multiple streams, but we don't need multiple businesses. That's just absolutely confusing. That makes it life very difficult for you. So as you're going through your day, I don't want to get too far off track, as you're going through your day and you come across things that maybe normally would set you a little sideways, just accept it, that it's part of the process, it's part of your experience, it's part of you meeting new people in the industry. Sometimes, they may be your best asset. Maybe getting in touch with and softening up somebody that didn't look at your profile yet or doesn't understand who you really are yet. And maybe you can help them, enlighten them with that, So that's super powerful. I love that. So I'm proud of myself, because normally I would see a message like that and I would go and delete and block. I wouldn't even discuss anything with them. Or I would say, are you crazy? Instead of, just like showing them how it's supposed to be done. I had to scroll through several parts of their Facebook page to figure out what company they were in. You know what I mean? And I was able to let them know that I looked. They weren't letting me, Coach Tara Woodruff it's a name. I'm not certified as a coach, as a network marketer, because I have team. I act as their mentor, as their coach. You know what I'm saying? Very few people have ever like paid me for coaching services. That's not my thing. That's just not my thing. I'm all about, let me get some results here and make that happen. You know what I mean? If somebody wants to take my time and they want to not partner with me and not become my client in that way, then of course they would have to pay me for my time. But I'm not interested in being locked into hours, because I'm an internet marketer. I'm about freedom, right? So it kind of went to show there. Pay attention to the flow of your life. Remember yourself that you do not have to be in charge. In fact, it's impossible. It's impossible for you to be in charge. The nameless force, which Lao Tzu calls the Tao, moves everything. So your continual argument with it only causes dissatisfaction. Each day, practice letting go when you sink and seeing where you are directed. Take note of who shows up and when. Observe strange coincidences that seem to collaborate with fate in some way and steer you in a new direction. Keep track of situations that occur spontaneously or out of the realm of your control. That's exactly it. That nails it right on the head. There's like an energetic force that's moving through the world, and it's part of your business. And if you just let go of so much control, because the control is the ego. I see really, really phenomenal, and I've done it. I could say this because I have been it. People let their ego get involved and all of a sudden try to fix things that aren't broken. That all of a sudden, rearrange things in their businesses and in their lives that make it uncomfortable for other people to even be around them. Just because it's their ego, because they're just holding on to something that isn't theirs to hold on to. People are going to love you no matter what you do. And that's the thing, guys. In this industry, you have to understand, if you're not prepared to be you, Inc., you can't do it. If you're going to put yourself behind a product and instead of in front of the product, you will fail all the time. You might make a little bit of money at some point, but I tell you what, if your profile picture is a picture of your product and all you ever talk about is your product and all you ever do is flash your product and you don't bring any value to people, people don't care. I can buy that shit from anybody. What I want to know is what gives me the reason to buy it from you. That's what network marketing is. It's people before products all day long. You're here on my blog for me, not because of Empower Network. You're here on my blog for me. Now, if I'm going to come here and I'm going to give you something that's just flimsy, if I'm going to give you something, and all I say is like, Empower Network, Empower Network, Empower Network all day to you, you're going to stop coming to my blog. I don't want to do that. I don't want to pitch you every single time I write a post. That's not the, I want to provide value for you. I want to invite you to webinars. I want you to enjoy what I'm talking about in the Tao of network marketing. I want you to enjoy what I talk about when I write about the .com secrets. When I just decide to go on a rant, I want you to enjoy that. My blog and my company is secondary. My company, my real company is Tara Woodruff. And that's what it needs to be for you. It needs to be your name, .inc. Incorporated, LLC, whatever it is. You come before whatever it is that you are promoting. I'm not saying that you can't love your company because, man, I love my company. I think every human being that ever dreamed of being a blogger, a network marketer, or anybody that's really looking to break through in personal development, that they should be using the blog that I'm using. Absolutely. That if they want to become really incredible, powerful network marketers, that they should go further in the products and they should enjoy the rest of the culture. Absolutely. But is that going to be my gateway to you? Is that going to be what you have to see first before you come to me? No. I pay my company 30% of everything I earn so they can take care of the technical stuff and help me with culture. The rest of it's my money, 70%. So why would I put company first when I'm the one paying them? Start looking at it that way. Start looking at it that way. When you're in your network marketing company, your commission in the totality, like whatever it is, say it's $100 product and you make $20, and usually that's in the case of like a product, like a physical product base, like a shake or something like that. That's usually the case there. Well, because they've got to deal with employees and manufacturing and law and all sorts of stuff. So you pay them 80% of all your sales, period. Not the other way around. That's it. Stop looking at it that other way around, because that's employee mindset. The fact of the matter is you pay because you don't have the factory and you don't have the employees and you're not even interested in learning about manufacturing law or chemical law, if it's like a product where they have to build it out of chemicals or whatever. You don't have to worry about that. So you pay your company 80% of everything that you make in order to make sure that stuff's taken care of. That part you don't have to worry about. That you trust them enough with that part. In my company, lucky for me, I pay them 30% because we work in digital products. And once a product's made, it's made. And when there's technical difficulties, they have a staff that deals with that. And I'm happy to give it up. But I tell you what, they're not before me. I'm the one paying them because they can't exist without people like me making sales and making that stuff happen. So start looking at it from that perspective and stop having so much control over everything, because all you can do is the best you can do. And if you're constantly reaching for the best of yourself in this business, you are tapped into and on the same page with the Tao of network marketing. This is Coach Tara Woodruff. Thank you for sitting around for 19 minutes. I love you all a long time, and keep coming back for more. Don't forget to subscribe. And now that I've helped you with your mindset, if you need help with some other stuff, how to market, how to build a list, how to get leads, how to make money before anyone or with the people that say no to your business so that you can fund your business, let me know. I'm here for you. Peace.